Welcome. In this lesson, we are going to look at metadata filtering. Adding metadata to the documents help us in retrieving the data. Till now, we have done queries like find similar documents. Now, with metadata, we can do queries like find similar documents and by author X and from 2024. To enable these kind of filtering, we have to add metadata to the documents. In this demo, we will look at the ability to add structured metadata like author, date, topic, year to the documents and retrieve them using filter expressions. This enables precise search on the top of semantic similarity. Vector search finds relevant documents, but what if you need documents from a specific author or from a specific time period? In that case, we use metadata filtering. Let's now navigate to Visual Studio Code, create a new controller class, metadata filter controller.java. Let me annotate this with REST controller, also request mapping. Let's define a private final Redis vector store. Also, let me add required arguments constructor so that this Redis vector will be injected using Lombok. Now let's define a get mapping. Let me name the API as search. Let's define the public method which returns the list of string which takes a request parameter of type string. Let's name it query. Also, let us add one more parameter to limit number of documents to be retrieved, which is of type int. Let's name it top key. Let me import java.util. Let us now query the Redis vector store using similarity search. Let's define the search request builder and pass the query which we get from the API. Then we pass how many documents we need and build. Let me assign this to a results variable. Also, let's import the document and let's return the result. To return this document, we have to convert this into the string. Let me invoke a method format results which takes these results. Let me make this as a helper method so that it can be used in other APIs as well. I have implemented the helper method offline as it is a pure Java code. I don't want you to see me typing plain Java code. So here it takes the description. Here I'm passing it as no filter because we do not have any filter in this API. It loops through all the docs. It gets the metadata as well as content of the document. Let me navigate to Redis store. We don't have any data here. If you remember in previous lessons, we defined this data seeder class which runs every time when we start up the application. So I don't want this to load documents to Redis store every time we start up the application. As a part of preparation for this tutorial, I have already defined a post mapping so that we can use this post mapping whenever we wanted to load the data, not every time we start up the application. So this API looks convenient than loading the data during startup. So this is a simple API. We define list of documents and we add those documents. If you see here, we have map of these are all metadata we are adding to the document. For each document, we are adding the metadata here. So we have author, year, topic, and region as metadata keys. Now, in our Redis config, we only have one metadata field, that is answer. We defined it in some previous lesson. Now let me add 4 more metadata here. Year, author, topic, region. Now if I call this post mapping, then these data will be loaded to the Redis vector store. We have already made sure that there is no data in our Redis vector store. Now let me bring up the application first by building and running it. build is successful. Let me run it. Now let me bring up the Postman. I have already added the URL here with post method. Let me hit the URL. So it says document is added. Let me refresh the page. Let's make sure that documents are there. So we have the documents. Now let me hit the API, the search API. Let me bring up the Postman. I have already created the request here, filter, search, and query, machine learning, top K 5. Let me hit the API. We should get 5 results. We have added 6 documents here, but we are limiting it to the 5. So we are getting it 5. And even if you specify 7, it just returns 6 as we only have 6 documents. In this API, we didn't make use of metadata filtering. Now let's define one more get mapping API. We already have request mapping filter at the class level. Let me add by author and year. Now let's define the public method which returns list of string. Let's name it by author and year, which takes 3 request parameter, query, author and year. Now in this, we will filter by author and year. That means both author and year should match in the metadata. Let me define a filter expression builder. Define the filter expression operators. Let me name it filter. Now use the above defined filter expression builder. Now you can see there are many ops here, and equal to, group, greater than or equal to, in, is not null, less than or equal to, not equal to, not in, not, or. Now let's use, and as we have named our API author and year, let me use and, then we define b dot equal to author. This author is a key what we have defined here as the metadata field. We are passing the value to it. Now we have to add b dot greater than or equal to year, and we pass year value. So according to our definition of API, we are filtering it by author and year. That is b equal to author and b is greater than or equal to year, what we get from the API call. Now we have to retrieve the documents using this filter. Let me copy paste this. We are not getting any top K arguments, so let me hard code it to 5. And now let's add filter expression filter dot build. Let me define a string which describes this filter, author value, and year greater than or equal to year. Let's invoke helper method. Format results, we for filter descriptions and result, and return the result. Let me build the application. And run. We are calling this API. Let's bring up Postman filter by author year, and I'm passing query AI author alias year 2024. Let me hit the API, and we are getting one result here, alias 2024. And if you see here, we are also sending filter description. So now let's look at all the results we already have. There are only 2 records with alias and only with year 2024. As we are asking for year greater than or equal to 2024, this is filtered out. Now let's look at one more operator, or operator. We will filter by topic or region. Let's define the method which takes 3 request parameters, query, topic and region. We use this code again to define filter expression. Let's also use this instead of and. Now we use or. Also we rename this to topic, pass topic value, and then we use region. Also we say region equal to region key and region value. Now our expression is ready. Let me copy this code. This line of code is same as previous one, as we are just changing the filter here. Let me add filter description as well. Topic, region, and call format results method with filter description and results, and then return the formatted string. So here what we are expecting is either it should match topic or region. Build and run. So we are expecting documents with topic or region what we pass in the API request parameters. Let me bring up the Postman. Before hitting the API with topic, NLP, and region US, let me see the data what we have. So with topic NLP, we have 3 documents, and region US, we have 2 documents. But this is a common. We should be getting in total 4 documents. Let me hit the API and we are getting the 4 documents. Let's define a get mapping advanced and define a public method with parameters query, author, year, and topic. Let's define filter expression builder. Let me name it FBB, new filter expression builder. Now define filter expression builder dot op. Let's name it author and year. Let's define the expression web, and web equal keys author and value author, and one more web dot gte, that is greater than or equal to key is year and value year. Now we have our first expression. Let me build another expression dot of. Now let's make it simple. We just look for topic match. Let's define the expression now. Web equals key is topic and value is topic. Let's combine these two operators. We name it filter expression builder dot. We use or in between them, author and year, topic match. Now let's get the documents using these filter expression. Let's define a filter expression description. Now let's return the formatted result. Return. Let me call the helper method and filter description, then results. Now let's build and run the application. Let me bring up the Postman, and we are calling filter advanced API with query AI, author John, year 2024, and topic NLP. Don't confuse this and with the operator. This is query parameter separator. Now let's look at the documents we have. We have 6 documents with topic NLP 3 and with author John 2. So author John 2 and year 2024 we have only 1, and with topic NLP we have 3. This time as well we should get 4 documents. Let's hit the API. Yes, we are getting the 4 documents. And there is one more thing you need to be careful about when specifying the metadata. We should not include the characters like hyphen in the metadata values. Now here we have the topic machine learning, right? So when I use this machine learning in the query topic, instead of NLP, I will specify machine learning. Let's see what result we get. Let me hit the API. we just get one result. Because of this hyphen, we are not getting the documents with topic machine learning. So make sure whenever you are specifying metadata, avoid some special characters. So we wrap this metadata filtering lesson here. We'll see you in the next one.